Nick Cage is just the everyday, ordinary guy on the mission from hell. And what I like about him as a character, he's got this quirky side to him. He's a guy who collects old Beatle LPs, all right? He doesn't swear. He's not your typical heroic stud.
I had such an interesting day today.
Yeah, I had kind of an interesting day myself.
Oh, okay. You go first.
Well, just some terrorists decided to send a little care package, box of goodies, which had to be neutralized before blowing up the office. So I took the rest of the day off. Glass of wine, little guitar, just relaxing.
Wow.
I mean it, honey. The world is being FedExed to hell on a handcart. I really believe that anyone who's even thinking about having a child in this world is coldly considering an act of cruelty. I know, I'm rambling, I'm complaining, I'm sorry. What's your news, baby?
I'm pregnant.
I'm sorry?
I'm pregnant.
I knew that I had been wanting to work with Jerry Bruckheimer. I liked his unique twist on large-scale movies. And I had also been toying with the notion of portraying an action hero as a human being, as a sensitive kind of fellow. And this was an opportunity to do that.
The power of this chemical is way beyond anything you can imagine. An ecological disaster, sir. Plus, the devices themselves are complicated.
That's why you're coming with us.
I am.
You're the expert. What's your problem?
You mean I'm going out there, under the water?
Well, earlier today you wanted a gun. Now you're getting a gun and a wetsuit.
Have you ever been in a combat situation?
Define combat, sir.
Chat?
An incursion underwater to retake an impregnable fortress held by an elite team of U.S. Marines in possession of 81 hostages and 15 guided rockets armed with VX poisoned gas.
Well, in that case, no, sir.
I'm not a macho actor. My goal is not to prove that I can do all these stunts myself. To me, that's not so important. There are other people that need the work too, that need jobs, and they're better at it than I am. Also, I have no interest in getting hurt, shutting down the production for a month.
Please, mister!
Oh, man! Help!
Drop the gun, or I drop your boss.
You will not.
Ah!
It's getting very heavy.
Pull him up. Please don't.
Help!
It's hard work. I mean, he really gets his hands dirty, gets right in there, and he's in the trenches with all the rest of us.
Hiya. I'm an agent with the FBI. I'm Stanley Goodspeed.
But of course you are.
A great star, a great actor, you know, who's completely straightforward, you know, and expects people to be straightforward with him. And as long as you are, there's no problems. You know, he's very serious about the work, and so am I, and I thoroughly enjoyed working with him.
You sure you're ready for this?
I'll do my best.
Your best? Losers always whine about their best.
Yeah. He's somebody I've admired, and I looked forward to the opportunity to question him. I had hoped he would be willing to give me advice about things, and mostly he just confirmed my beliefs that I already had, but coming from him, they had a weight to them that was like an affirmation, and it was good advice.
Okay, FBI, free sucker! I'll fire.
No, you won't.
Throw down.
You're not the sort.
Let's find out.
I could. You know. Sergeant Safety's on.
Goodspeed, have you resolved the situation?
Not yet. He's got all the guns now, sir. You're right. I don't use guns and I don't kick down doors. This is what I do.
I haven't got my glasses.
What it says is chemical weapons specialist. That's right. I got a lunatic up there, man. With 15 missiles, armed with some really fucky stuff.
Not my Womack. You could have told my daughter.
It was classified. Look, I'm in the same situation. I got my girlfriend in the city with a baby on the way. Look, I can defuse the rockets. I really can. But I'm gonna need your help. I'm gonna need it right now.
I mean, Sean's got a good sense of humor, and I knew what we were going to do if we did get Sean in terms of changing the character, and he made it much more international, and I think he brings the perfect, I mean, this is one of the great action stars of our time, and he hasn't been in an action movie in a long time, and I think there's something very hip. You know, there's a big resurgence of Bond, and, you know, this guy comes back with a vengeance.
His name is John Mason, British national, incarcerated on Alcatraz in 1962, escaped in 63. There's no identity in the United States or Great Britain. He does not exist.
There's a hostage situation on Alcatraz. Hostage, 81 tourists. The Rock's a tourist attraction.
He looks like looks like he drives a Harley Davidson. I think that's what's so cool about Sean. We gave him a total edge. I haven't seen him in a movie lately where he's had a real edge. And what I wanted to do is I wanted to bring him back so that young people in America can see this guy, how cool he is.
But don't worry, it'll all come back to me.
I like the idea of the military taking over a place that's so well known, such as Alcatraz.
Everyone good to go! Good to go! Good to go!
The only thing that was missing, as far as I was concerned, was wasn't a particularly interesting relationship between Nick Cage's character and my character.
You've been around a lot of corpses. Is that normal?
What, the feet thing?
Yeah, the feet thing.
Yeah, that happens.
I'm having kind of a hard time concentrating. Can you do something about it?
Like what? Kill him again?
Listen, I'm just a biochemist. And most of the time, I work in a glass jar and lead a very uneventful life. I drive a Volvo, beige one. But what I'm dealing with here is one of the most deadly substances the Earth has ever known. So what do you say you cut me some friggin' slack? Really elegant string of pearls configuration. Unfortunately, incredibly unstable.
What exactly does this stuff do?
If the rocket renders it aerosol, it can take out the entire city of people.
Really? And what happens if you drop one?
Happily, it'll just wipe out you and me.
How?
It's a cholinesterase inhibitor. Stops the brain from sending nerve messages down the spinal cord within 30 seconds. Any epidermal exposure or inhalation, and you'll know. Twinge at the small of your back as the poison seizes your nervous system. Do not move that!
The whole thing has, I think, it's a high roller aspect about it. And so they have to, I think, go more than they would probably financially want to go in terms of exploitation for the movie, and go further in terms of ideas for the movie to exploit it. And everybody catches that sort of thing.
You stand by the door until I open
I'd like to know how you plan on accomplishing that.
it. Through here. I memorized the timing. I just hope it hasn't been changed.
You catch one of those flame bursts, you're a corpse.
Thank you.
Commander, you said never leave his sight, but
Stand fast, Lieutenant.
Have a nice day.
where'd you dig up this guy?
That's classic.
Well, I think he's a man of honor in spite of himself in this one. I'm never quite sure what the audience really want. you know.
I want to entertain me. So when we look at the rough cuts on the film and we sit there and we say, well, that gets boring. I don't want to see that. Get that out of here. You know, we're not clear here. We have to reshoot this. We have to do that. So it's a constant reforming of the picture. And if you have enough time and you have a good screenplay and you have good actors, you can kind of form it into something that you're satisfied with. That doesn't mean an audience is going to love it. That's why we bring it out and have previews and show it to audiences. And when we previewed this picture, it's the highest score we've ever had in any of our movies, bigger than Beverly Hills Cop and Top Gun. So that's a good indication. It's not always a barometer for exactly what your box office is going to be, but you at least know they're not throwing tomatoes at the screen. So that's good.
We lead the audience in, and then we twist it on them. That's why the audience just sits there stunned.